Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. My name is Ellen. I'm here for gentle yoga today. So as always, some standard props that are good to have. A couple of yoga blocks. They come in different sizes. Personally, I like the ones that are a little bit bigger than this, but you can get these smaller ones. They're a little flatter, or the bigger, little thicker ones. I kind of like the larger ones, but these are good. So 2 are good to have 2 of these. And then also a couple of yoga blankets, if you have some yoga blankets. Those can be used for sitting on. They can be used for resting our knees on as we open our hips and some of our hip openers or spinal twist. And also a strap, if you have a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, recommend grabbing like a strap from a robe, like a soft belt or something like that. Maybe like a fabric is a little softer, or just, woven, something like that. So nice long yoga mat, or I'm sorry, yoga strap. Also a yoga mat, yeah, grab a yoga mat. So these straps are good for hamstrings. We'll work on hamstrings today, among some other things. So just have your props ready to go nearby. So today we'll start in Shavasana. So lying on your back. Any comfortable position as well, if you're not quite ready for lying on your back, or if you feel like sitting still or standing. Certainly you can do that. But I'll talk you into Shavasana as a place to start. So lying on our backs. And just extending legs, extending arms. Heels can find the outer corners of the mat. Heels in, toes out, so our hips are open. And you can decide if you want to be a little wider, a little narrower, whatever feels comfortable for your body. If you're feeling a little bit of tension in your low back when you extend your legs, certainly you can bend your knees, plant your feet, maybe feet wide with knees falling together. But just let your arms open out to the sides on the earth. Palms up is a more receptive gesture. If you're feeling a little more private, then maybe you bend the elbows and rest your hands on your belly or your hips. You could rest one hand on heart and one hand on your belly as well. So just finding center, maybe rocking your head a little side to side, finding symmetry within with your physical body, and maybe closing eyes. So just bringing focus internal. And we'll begin to allow the mind to follow the breath. As we breathe for yoga, long deep breaths in and out through the nose. Just let the mind's eye follow the breath, the rise and the fall. First few long breaths, really fill the body up with air. Just keep taking in breath until you're really, really full, kind of like we fill up a balloon, and then just pause with fullness for a moment. Maybe you feel a little extra expansion in that moment. And a long breath out. Emptiness on the other end of the breath. Just allowing the mind to focus on the pause at both ends of the breath. And finding your own rhythm, your own pace. Back and forth between emptiness and fullness. Find those moments to relax. We'll try to keep our mind connected with our body, with our asana, our postures, and with our breath, our prana, as we practice today. So if we're in any other posture besides lying on our backs, we could find our way now onto our backs. And we'll bend our knees, plant the feet. Open your feet wide and allow the knees to fall together as we begin. Shoulder blades are tucked under, maybe a little tuck to the chin. Begin moving your knees left to right in sync with your breath, so we'll still stay connected with the breath. So maybe the knees just kind of gliding next to each other. Breathing, so maybe one inhale to one side, one exhale to the other. Long, deep breath. Allow the breath to lead the movement. So the body follows the breath. Maybe gradually our movement becomes just a little larger, a range of motion. Observe how one hip is internally rotating, the other hip is opening. Maybe we pause for a moment. On each side, find that moment of peace, that moment of ease. Breathing, always observing too when we practice yoga. Some muscles we're engaging, other muscles are just relaxed. The yin and the yang of the practice. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And coming back to center. And we'll draw the right knee into chest. You can hold the knee in as you extend your left leg long toward the earth. And we'll slowly extend length into the right leg toward the sky. So pause when you start feeling some resistance in the back of the leg. You might have a little bend to the knee and still feel plenty of stretch on the back of the leg. And just relax the rest of the body. Hands can support here. Circling ankle, pointing and flexing ankle, wiggling the toes. So don't forget about the toes. Maybe you squeeze the toes into little fists. And then when you point your foot, maybe you separate your toes wide and wiggle the toes. But the upper body relaxed. A little more length here, one more breath. Nice and long. And on an exhale, right knee comes into chest again. And we'll allow the right hip to drop open toward the right. So now we're in external rotation with that right hip. Right hand can support the leg, support the posture wherever we're feeling some good resistance. A nice stretch. And you could be still with your right leg, or you could add a little movement. You think about moving your femur around a little, your thigh bone in your hip socket. And we'll draw the right knee over to the left. So left hand can hold the knee here. Open your right arm out to the side. Turn your neck to gaze toward the right. And we'll move into a twist. So let your right knee drop left. Just find the resistance. Figure out where you start feeling some good stretch. Pause and relax. Left hand could hold the knee here. You can add a little bend to your left knee if you like. Both shoulder blades root down. Breathing. Nice. And then we'll move into one more posture on our side. So take your left arm next to your head, kind of up next to the left ear. Turn your neck to gaze toward the left, and we'll roll onto our left side, keeping both knees bent so head can just rest on the left arm. Right hand reaches for the right foot, so we're getting a quad stretch here. You can draw the right heel or the right foot toward the seat a little more if that feels like a good stretch for the front of the leg. Beautiful. And if you want a little more stretch and you have good healthy knees, maybe the right foot rests on the earth. You could lean a little body weight into it, so just letting your body lean back a little bit. You might get a little more stretch in the right quad. Let's take one more breath here. Beautiful. And we'll release the right foot as we roll onto our backs. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So just on top of that left knee for figure 4. So let the right hip drop open, the right knee drop open here. This might be plenty of stretch for you. Feel it out. If you want a little more, bring your left leg in towards your body. And you can decide if you want to slide your right heel up or down on your left leg. Wherever you find a good stretch here, just pause and relax. Hands can support. You could hold over the left knee. You can hold behind the left leg. If it feels like too much on your right knee, just plant the left foot. Figure 4 stretch. Beautiful. And release. Full body stretch. Arms and legs long. It's kind of our reset. Beautiful. Bending knees, planting feet. Now we'll draw our left leg in toward chest. We'll hug in. And then left leg toward the sky. So find that hamstring stretch. Where's the resistance? You could keep your right knee bent, or you could extend the right leg long. Breathing. Circling the ankle, relaxing the upper body, pointing and flexing. Gradually just keeping to add a little more length into that left leg as we go. One more breath here, nice and high. Inhale. On the exhale, left knee to chest. A little hug in, a little compression on the front of the hip. And let your left hip drop open. So left knee drops open so we can open that hip. Left hand supports wherever you feel a good stretch. And relax the rest of your body here. And again, stillness or movement are fine for that left leg. Either one, whatever feels better. We'll cross our left knee over toward the right. So right hand can hold your left knee now. Open the left arm out to the side. Turn the neck to gaze toward the left arm. And as we move into twist, our left knee drops toward the right. And you kind of pick up your hip and tuck the seat under a little more. The right hip kind of tucks under. Shoulder blades both root down. Breathing. You can gaze toward the left as much as you like. And a little twist in the neck too. Right hand can add a little weight, a little leverage on that left knee. Or you could just relax. Any amount of bend in your knees here. Spinal twist. Beautiful. Now turn your neck to gaze toward the right. We'll take our right arm up next to our head and roll onto your right side so head can rest on the right. And now we'll let the left hand reach for that left foot for the quad stretch. So we're stretching front of the left hip all the way down to the knee, the quadriceps. Left hand draws that left foot toward the seat, just as much as it feels comfortable for the knee. So if you have sensitive knees, I'm going to back off a little. But if you want a little more, you could kind of touch the left toe down and then roll onto your back just a little bit more so you can start to feel a little more leverage into that stretch, that quad stretch. Breathing our thigh muscle. Beautiful. And then we'll release. So extending or planting your feet, rolling onto your back, bending both knees. Now we'll cross left ankle over right thigh for our figure 4 stretch. So keep a flex in that left foot. Let the left knee drop open. Left hand could push a little, just gently, kind of add a little leverage, a little weight if you want a little more, but not a lot more. And if you want even more than that, bring your right leg in towards your body. Kind of decide where it feels like a good stretch for you. Maybe you hold behind the right leg or over the right knee. And left foot can move up or down on that right leg. So keep in mind, though, that we're asking our left hip to rotate, to open. And if you have sensitive knees, you might be asking your knee to twist. We don't want to ask knees to twist because they're hinge joints. So if that hurts the knee, set the right foot down. One more breath here. Beautiful. And release. Full body stretch. Arms and legs long. So neutral hips here when both legs are long. Toes to sky. All right, bring your knees into chest. Rock a few times side to side. Just make sure we're centered. And then extend both legs up the wall pose. Feet parallel. Feet about hips width. So really push up into the heels. Relax the upper body. And then when you're relaxed in the upper body, extend your arms toward the sky. And let the shoulders relax into the earth again. So you feel the upper body heavy and relaxed. And the lower body is extending, energized. Then we'll move into happy baby pose. So bending your knees, opening your hips, Opening the knees, reaching to hold the feet or the ankles, maybe the shins, whatever you can reach. Bottoms of feet towards sky, smiling and breathing. Face mudra is part of the posture. Smiling makes us a little happier. Also relaxes the throat. And you could rock side to side as well if you like, but just allow the arms to be heavy and relaxed. Inner thigh stretch, adductor stretch. One more breath here. Lots of different ways to hold the feet. Outer edge, inner edge, big toes. Feels a little different each way. All right, let's come on to hugging our knees into chest. And then planting feet, arms down by your sides. Tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone under here. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, bridge, lifting hips, coming on up onto the shoulder blades. And once we get our hips up high, walk the shoulder blades under a little more. Lengthen the back of your neck and move your heels so they're aligned beneath your knees. You might have to use your mind's eye for that. Thighs parallel to each other here. And try to relax your neck, your shoulders, maybe the feet. And when we're ready to inhale, we'll articulate down through the spine. So lowering your shoulder blades and then one vertebra at a time until your tailbone's down. And then exhale as we lift, tailbone lifts, one vertebra at a time follows, rolling into the bridge. Inhale as we lower down, mind concentrating, one vertebra at a time. Breathing. Inhale as you lower. Let's do one more of those. Exhale, tailbone lifts, rolling through the spine. Inhale as we lower down. Beautiful. All right, hug the knees, rock a few times side to side. You can roll to the side body and push your way up to seated, or just roll on up to seated. We'll come to a comfortable seat, Sukhasana. Easy seated pose. So you could be cross-legged more, or maybe you just stagger the legs. Sitting bones down, body nice and tall, arms just relaxed here on our lap. A little tuck to the chin, so let the head fall forward. Keep our shoulders relaxed. We're flexing the neck forward, just a couple of vertebrae in the neck, forward and down until you find a good stretch. Pause, relax there. Maybe you rotate the neck a little bit. You could kind of slide your chin along the collarbone, side to side. And centered, we'll come tall as we inhale. Lift your chin, let your head fall back, stretching the front of the neck, and also feeling a little compression on the back of the neck. Make sure we can relax. Make sure we can swallow and breathe. Inhale tall. One more time, exhale, tucking chin, rolling the vertebra down, from the top down. Inhale tall, one more time, lifting chin, letting head fall back. Exhale tall. All right, right ear to right shoulder. So relaxing both sides, focusing more on the sensations we're feeling on the left side of the neck. If you wish you had a little more stretch going on, right hand could weigh the head a bit. Or you could tuck the chin slightly or lift the chin slightly. Sometimes that little micro adjustment gives us better sensation. Edge of the comfort zone. We're searching for stretch, not pain. So if you feel pain, that's your clue to back out a little. Sometimes we need to modify as well. Then we'll tuck the chin toward the collarbone on the right. Roll the head forward and down to center. And inhale, we'll come tall again. And then take left ear to left shoulder. So relaxing both shoulders. Maybe a little tuck to the chin, maybe a little lift. Left hand might weigh the head. Breathing, find that nice stretch. The right side of our neck and shoulder. Tucking chin toward collarbone on the left. Roll the head forward and down. We'll continue right ear to right shoulder. half circle. Tuck the chin toward the collarbone and roll the head forward and down. Left ear to left shoulder. Test it out. Are you ready for full circle? Maybe you go full circle a few times around. Maybe you go half circle still. But let's aim for clockwise and counterclockwise. A couple of rotations. Breathing. Stay connected with your breath. One more breath. Tall again, back to center. Moving shoulders left to right. So we'll start to get a little lateral stretch here. Into the side body, the lats. Arms by our sides, lifting left arm to sky. Pause to let your shoulder drop down, leaning over toward the right. So getting sensation in that left side body. Maybe we're reaching more length into that left arm, or maybe we're rounding more into the side body. Either way, but turn the neck to gaze down, forward and up a few times. Still working on that neck. Breathing. Beautiful. Inhale as we come tall, and we'll lift right arm to sky. Pause to let shoulder drop, leaning left. Breathing. Find that good sensation. And then add neck rotation. Gazing down, forward and up. Inhale tall. One more time. Left arm reaches, leaning toward the right. Inhale tall. Right arm reaches, leaning toward the left. Beautiful. Back to center. So tucking your chin and your tailbone. Maybe our hands hold our knees. Round into your spine. So if hands are gripping the knees, you could relax the body weight into the flexion of your spine. So maybe feel a little more stretch in those areas where we have those natural back bends. Back of the neck, the low back. Inhale, we'll lean forward and arch the back. Coming tall. Exhale as we round and tuck. Flexion. And inhale as we extend and arch the back bend. Let's take 3 more breaths so you can find your own rhythm. Any size movement here, any amount of pause that you like. If something feels really good and you just want to pause into a stretch, feel free. Last breath, deepest breath. Inhale as we come tall. Beautiful, back to center. All right, moving on to our hands and our knees. Tabletop positions. We won't be here very long. Gentle yoga is gentler on the knees and hips. So if you have your blanket, you could kind of kneel on the blanket, or you can add an extra little fold in your yoga mat if you want a little more padding as well. Knees beneath hips, wrists beneath shoulders. Fingers wide. Drop the belly, arch the back, hips and gaze high, cow pose, front body stretch. Round and tuck, exhale. For cat. And if it feels good, keep your tailbone tucked. Move your seat in the direction of the heels, toward the heels. Pause if it's too much for the knees. You might find child's pose comfortable. Inhale, belly drops, hips and gaze high, cow. One more exhale, round and tuck for cat. Rounding back to child's pose. And inhale back to our tabletop. Hands and knees. Toes tuck under. Seats to sky. Downward dog is next. So if you don't do down dog, feel free to just stay in tabletop. Or you can move to ragdoll forward fold. Couple breaths here though. So maybe pedaling feet. Maybe extending both legs long, heels toward earth, but push the earth away. Gazing back between your legs. One more breath here. Beautiful. And as you add the bend to your knees, walk the hands back toward the feet. Feet about hips width here. Big bend to the knees. Ragdoll forward fold. Holding opposite elbow. Maybe a little sway. Nice and loose. So feet hips width. Toes are wide but light. Allowing our spine flexion and ease. slowly, gradually increasing the length in your legs. So take a little bit of that bend out of the knees. Figure out how much stretch feels good at this point. One more breath here. So forward fold can always be as much or as little bend in the knees as feels good. Inhale, half lift. Torso parallel to earth to begin. Hands to knees or shins. Shoulders away from ears, little tuck to the chin. Imagine your shoulder blades are drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. Draw the belly in. Tailbone back, crown ahead forward. Inhale, lots of length. Exhale with that nice long spine. Maybe we go a little further forward and down. You can pause and half lift wherever it feels like a good stretch. And then release, forward fold. One more, inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, release, forward fold. Knees bend, roll tall, reach and gaze all the way up to sky. Nice long stretch here, hands to heart. Release, mountain, Tadasana. So back of the mat, feet parallel, about hips distance apart. Palms face forward. Let's do a few shoulder rolls with palms facing forward. Beautiful. Then just kind of let the arms rest. Toes are wide but light. Body grows tall. Seat stays tucked in. Ribs and chin stay tucked in. And we relax the legs, relax the chest. Inhale, sky, reach and gaze. On the exhale with a back bend, opening elbows, goalpost arms. Beautiful. Inhale to sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Any amount of bend in your knees. Half lift, inhale, lengthen and energize. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale to sky, reach and gaze. Beautiful. Hands to heart. And release, back to mountain. This time, inhale, sky, palms together, shoulders drop, leaning toward the right. Lateral stretch, maybe right fingers lengthen the left arm, maybe right arm releases. Inhale, sky. Exhale, leaning left. Inhale, sky, centered. Exhale, goalpost arms with that little back bend, chest stretch. Inhale, sky, reach and gaze. Forward fold, exhale, as far down as you like. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sky, reach and gaze. Exhale to heart. Beautiful. All right, so we're at the back of our mat in mountain pose. Let's step our left foot forward. Keep the right heel angling back. You can kind of fan the right toes out a little bit or the right foot outward a bit. But keep both legs straight, left toes forward. Nice long spine. Inhale, tall. Exhale, half lift. Body folds toward the left leg. This is pyramid pose. Good pose to have a block handy for. So you could have a block right under the either shoulder, really. You could do it on either side. Gives your hand a little closer to the earth. We're focusing on stretching the back of the left leg. Beautiful. And inhales, we come tall again. Keeping our body facing forward, bend your left knee. Big bend to the knee. So if the knee comes way in front of the heel, lengthen your stance, your stride a little longer. So left knee over left heel. Right heel is still angling back. Hips are rotating counterclockwise. You might even step left foot a little wider. Warrior one. Maybe we lift arms. Breathing. Shoulders drop down. One more breath here. Virabhadrasana 1. Strong back leg. So roll the outer ankle out. And we'll straighten left leg. Rotate our body toward the right. Arms parallel to earth, right in line over the feet. Reach into your left arm. So find some length there. Get some good stretch in that left hamstring. Pause the body when you find it. Windmill the arms, 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Our neck turns to gaze up toward the sky. I like to do a little seesaw here. Figure out what feels better. You can go a little lower, you can lift a little higher. Keep our body forward and up. It's kind of settling in. Trikonasana, triangle. Inhale as we come tall, reverse, right arm drops back, left arm lifts. Breathing, find that side stretch, maybe a little back bend. Arms parallel to earth again. One more triangle, reach out into left arm, windmill the arms, gazing up. And we'll turn our neck down to gaze toward the left leg. Bring your body toward that left leg as well, back to our pyramid pose. So option to hold pyramid. If you have a block, you might try revolve triangle. Right hand could be on a block or push into the earth. Left arm opens up toward the sky. There's another option, left elbow bends. Left hand to the low back. Breathing. Beautiful, back to our pyramid. And we'll come tall again. Warrior one, left knee bends. Body tall. Nice, both legs long. Let's turn all of our toes toward the right. Wider stance, parallel feet. Inhale, body tall. So keep the seat, the chin, the ribs tucked in. Exhale, half lift. Seat back, body forward. Pausing partway down, nice wide stretch on the hamstrings. If you want to go deeper, further, feel free to keep sliding your hands down the legs. Pause and grip now and then. Little bandha, little bind. You can lock with very little effort. So you can relax a little more into that stretch. And at any point, feel free to just release the whole body into forward fold or ragdoll. So you could be still, you could move the hips side to side, you could nod the head a little bit. One more stretch here. Option to interlock your hands behind your back and extend the arms. So feel your shoulders roll. Gravity takes the arms forward, get a little more stretch. Breathing nice and loose, our forward folds, our surrender postures. The attitude of surrender rather than control. One more breath. Beautiful. And release the arms if they're bound. We'll bend our knees and come tall, so use the quads. You can toe heel back to center. Back of our mat facing the length. Beautiful. Inhale, sky, reach and gaze. Exhale, hands to heart. This time we'll step our right foot forward. We'll switch sides here. So left heel angles back, left toes can angle out a little bit. Right toes forward, body forward, so make sure that we're kind of rotating those hips clockwise. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, half lift. Keep our body square to that right leg as we fold forward. Breathing. So keeping that block nearby. Hand could rest on the block. Any height, really. If your hamstrings are very tight or if you have back stuff going on, you might even be up a little higher. Think about rotating your hips a little bit. So swiveling those hips clockwise. Right hip goes back, left hip comes forward. It's a very small little adjustment that might help you feel a little more stretch in your right leg. Pyramid. Beautiful. Inhale, tall. Arms to sky. Shoulders drop down, bending right knee. So we want a big bend to our knee, kind of as much as you can handle here. So intending a little longer stance. Right knee. Right knee is directly over the right heel. So longer stance. Hips are rotating clockwise this time to get body forward. Option for arms. You could have hands to heart as well if you like, or you could even release your arms if you want. Right foot might step a little wider. Breathing, and we're really strengthening that back leg. So rooting into the outer edge of the left foot. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Inhale. Beautiful. Now we'll rotate our body toward the left. Straighten both legs, arms parallel to earth. Reaching into the right arm, lengthening. Find that hamstring stretch in your right leg. Pause the body and windmill the arms. Breathing. So we're keeping our body facing left. Our neck turns to gaze up. Breathing. Maybe we're up a little higher. Maybe we're down a little lower. Beautiful. Inhale tall in reverse. Left arm drops back. Now right arm lifts. Find a side stretch. Find a little back bend. And we'll come back one more triangle pose. So reaching, windmilling. Beautiful. Turn the neck to gaze down. So it's always an option as well. You can shift where your neck is rotating in warriors. And then we'll rotate our body toward the right leg, back to our pyramid pose. So option to hold pyramid, option to revolve triangle. Left hand plants on the earth beneath the shoulder, right arm opens up toward the sky. So if that's a little bit much, maybe the right elbow bends to the low back. Breathing, maybe you're up a little higher. Left hand could be on the right knee. One more breath. Beautiful. Back to our pyramid. Bending knee, body tall. All toes face left. Toe heel in, a little narrower now. So we're a little wider than hips width. Heels in, toes out. Keep our seat tucked in, hands to heart. Bending knees, dropping down into garland or mala. So knees above heels. You can move your heels till they're actually beneath your knees. Thighs are angling out at the same angle as the feet. Beautiful. Inhale, star. Legs long, arms reach, open and out, shoulders drop down. Beautiful. Hands to heart. Then we'll toe heel together, find our mountain, our Tadasana. 2 feet down, standing balance. So rooting into both feet evenly. Inhale, open the arms up and out. So another version of star. Shoulders drop down, same upper body. Left leg is standing, right leg opens out. Lean the body toward the left. So right arm is straight up toward the sky. Finding symmetry. So the spine is at center of symmetry. Arms either open a little wider, arms and legs, or narrower, your choice. One more breath here. Another version of star. Lots of stars in yoga. Beautiful. Back to center. All right, we'll keep the arms up, the shoulders relaxed. Maybe the arms even reach a little bit further forward. Right leg reaches forward and lifts. Lock your gaze, flexing your right foot. Now swing that right leg back and lift. Inhale forward. And back. Maybe a little bend in that standing leg. One more of those. Inhale, lift. This time, warrior 3. Right leg swings back. Maybe body leans just a little further forward. Beautiful. Inhale, tall. Nice. Hands to heart. And to the other side. Starting with star. Inhale. Arms reach. Shoulders drop. Weight is in our right foot. Left leg opens out. Body leans right. Breathing. So setting focus, concentration. Left toe could touch down a little if you want to remind the brain where the earth is. Sometimes giving it a little signal is all you need. Beautiful. One more breath here. Back to center. 2 feet down. Right leg is still standing leg. Left leg points forward this time and lifts. So So lifting forward, flexing your foot as the left leg swings back. Maybe body leans forward a little, lifting forward. Beautiful, leaning back. One more of those. So if you have a tiny little bend in that standing leg, sometimes that helps. Left leg forward, left leg back. Warrior 3, maybe a little more reach, a little more lean. Flexing left foot. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, tall. On the exhale, forward fold, heading toward the earth. Couple breaths here. So shifting focus. We've been doing more yang postures, more energy kind of stretches. Settling toward the yin. So find your energy of surrender. And you want to bend to the knees. One more breath here. Could be ragdoll, could be forward fold. Beautiful. All the way down. Maybe we come through yogi squat. All the way down to our seat. Beautiful. Full body stretch. Arms and legs long. Moving into our final posture. So let your heels find the outer corners of the mat. Heels in, toes out. Where we started is where we end. Internal focus. Let your mind find center within. We'll reconnect with our yoga breath. Deep breath in, long breath out. Couple breaths, let the mind follow the rise and the fall of the breath. Observe the pause for a few breaths. The pause with the inhale. The pause with the exhale. So the mind is just observing. On the next exhales, begin to observe the muscles relax, release into the earth. It's as if the body is held, supported, and safe. There's nothing more for the muscles to do. Nothing left for the mind to do. Just allow the mind to be, the body to be, the breath to be. This, my friends, is the yoga, the union of mind, body, and breath. Just allow yourself to be in the moment, as the moment is, without controlling it or changing it or worrying about it. Bring a little bit of movement back. Fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, maybe the facial muscles. A little deeper breath, bigger movements. Please feel free to stay as long as you like in Shavasana. If you're ready to reawaken, finding your way back to seated, back to center, back to breath. Internal focus, dhyana. And we'll bring hands to heart center in a hand mudra called Anjali, sometimes called Namaskara. Palms and fingers align. So we bow the head, honor the heart, honor love, qualities of the heart. As we inhale, lifting our mudra to our forehead, honoring wisdom, knowing, learning. As we move forth into the new year, may we remember all good lies before us. May we see the good in ourselves, and may we seek to see the good in everyone. Namaste. Have a wonderful new year just ahead. Thanks for practice today. My name is Ellen. I'm here Wednesdays and Fridays at noon. And Friday I'll be back with Yoga Flow, special New Year's Day. So join me on Friday. I think Chance is also going to be here as well, just before me with meditation. So have a wonderful, wonderful new year. Happy New Year. Namaste.